Over the last 2 years, Kelowna RCMP have deemed 40% of sexual assault cases as unfounded. Aiden Withers wants to bring attention to the way Kelowna RCMP handles sexual assault cases, so Castanet sat down with her to talk about her story from 2012.
Now I'm going to ask some uncomfortable questions here because I need to know, were you at all turned on during this at all,
No.
even a little bit?
No.
Physically, you weren't at all responsive to his advances, even maybe subconsciously?
I was victimized by the RCMP. I tried to report a sexual assault from a 23-year-old male when I was 17. I told my foster parent, whom I thought I could trust. He took me into the hospital where I was interviewed by 2 male police officers. And then I had a rape kit done. And then I think 2 days later, a social worker showed up at my youth group and pulled me out, and I thought we were just going for questioning. I thought that I was getting some justice for my rape case, and what actually ended up happening was I was the one being pulled into question, and they didn't even call or get a hold of the guy who sexually assaulted me. They didn't even bring him in for questioning.
How were you feeling the entire time when you were the one who thought that you were going to receive justice, but you were being interrogated? What was going through your mind as a 17-year-old child, pretty much? I can't imagine that was easy.
No, I was very confused when I first went there because I didn't understand why they weren't investigating him, why I was the one there being investigated. I had no prior history to the RCMP before my sexual assault, so they had no reason not to believe me. I was a straight A student, making good grades, had a good group of friends, and then that rape happened, and somehow I still managed to maintain my grades, but my mental health started failing.
Can you tell me a little bit about the struggles that you faced after the interrogation?
After the interrogation, I had my first suicide attempt, and I was 17 and I attempted to throw myself down a flight of very high stairs. Again, when I was 19, I was struggling with just being out of foster care and not having proper support set up and dealing with the trauma of what happened to me and believing that I was the guilty one, because for a long time they had me believed that they were going to charge me with public mischief and that I was the one who did something wrong.
When you found that out, the chance that you might have been charged, what was going through your head?
I was afraid. They gave me an ultimatum to do restorative justice or charge me with public mischief. So I obviously chose what they called restorative justice. And they made me write an apology to the person who sexually assaulted me. They made me write an apology to the officer, and they made me write an apology to my social worker and the community.
So it was either you apologize to all of these people or be charged?
Yeah. And it took my lawyer pulling that video out and showing me the video and going through it with a psychologist to help me understand exactly the intensity of what happened.
Why come out now and not when it happened? Why is it so important now that you're telling people that this is you?
Because I've watched people struggle with the 40% unfounded cases statistic. I just want survivors to know that we do believe you, we are here, you are heard, and we'll protect you.
Withers hopes going public with her story will show support to other victims in the community who might have faced the same treatment from Kelowna RCMP. For Castanet News, I'm Miriam Halpenny in Kelowna.